And joining us live now with more insight on this labor dispute is John Gradek, faculty lecturer of Aviation Management and Supply Chain Management at McGill University. John, good to have you. Thanks for taking the time tonight.
My pleasure, Lindsay.
What do you make of what's going on? I mean, this seems to be escalating very quickly. There's a lot of arguments that Air Canada flight attendants in particular are underpaid compared to other airlines. What do you make of how fast this is moving?
Well, we got 36 hours to go before a shutdown, so the clock's ticking. I think that much as the minister would have liked to see an agreement prior to that midnight strike deadline, I don't think we're going to get there. I think that the union and Air Canada just are not talking to each other, they're talking through each other rather than at each other, and we're not getting any progress. So I think unless the minister decides to order a CIRB intervention and go for binding arbitration directly, which is going to be very difficult to do because of the fact that they've tried this before. They got challenged the last time around with WestJet's mechanics on a Supreme Court ruling about the right to strike. So I'm not sure the government is ready to do that, but who knows? It'll be a pretty acrimonious 36 hours of everybody accusing each other of bad faith.
John, there's two really important storylines playing out here. One is a story you just talked about, these two sides trying to come to a deal. They're not even talking right now. That's not encouraging. But the other storyline here is all of the people who are flying out. I mean, it's peak travel season. They're trying to look for some certainty. How would you suggest a passenger navigate all of this chaos?
Yeah, it is chaos. And, if everybody tries to do a recovery or a rebooking on their own, it is going to be absolute chaos, and it's going to cost traveling public thousands of dollars to do. So, because the other carriers know what Air Canada is going to have to do. The fares have gone up through the roof. Toronto, Vancouver, you're paying upwards of $2,000 to get a one-way economy seat.
Wow.
So it's gone off the clock, and so. Yeah, there's a lot of messing around going on. People are checking for flights. My advice is just sit tight. The flight's going to get canceled by Air Canada. They are obligated to come to you with an alternative travel plan. You have a choice of taking it if it meets your travel constraints. And if you don't take it, they will either offer you travel credits for future travel, or they will offer you a refund. And so you won't be out of pocket. So I would say best advice, don't try to call Air Canada. If you have a travel agent that you're working with, let them do all the work. But, as far as calling Air Canada and hoping to have a conversation with Air Canada prior to the cancellation, don't even try it. Not worth it.
We're seeing Air Canada cancel flights before this possible strike on Saturday, right? Flights being canceled today as well. How common is that for airlines to do that just because a strike might be coming but isn't actually happening yet?
Well, the key objective of this preemptive cancellation, as we call it, is really to make sure that the assets that are being flown out today have a way of getting back to Canada by tomorrow night. So if you're flying from Vancouver to Sydney, Australia, tonight, the airplane won't get back until Saturday. So rather than have the airplane stranded in Australia or stranded in Manila or stranded in Athens or wherever it might be, Air Canada is basically canceling the outbound flight tonight, and there'll be more cancellations tomorrow. So that all the assets are in Canada, crews are back in Canada at the moment that strike is called at midnight on Saturday morning.
Okay. John Gradek, faculty lecturer of Aviation Management and Supply Chain Management at McGill University. It's been good to get your perspective on this, and I'm sure we will be chatting soon. So thanks so much, John.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.